I wanted to talk about goals. This is my husband, Rob. I'm Victoria, if you're new here. Goals are very important to me. All throughout the year, I tend to make them. I'm a goal-oriented person. Do you think I'm goal-oriented?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Last year, I want to talk about what I made last year's goal. At the start of last year, I was pregnant with this cutie pie. My main goal was to care for my family as best as I could because it would be hard with an infant. But that was like my biggest thing, to devote my time to my family. The second thing was to learn how to bake bread and to do it successfully. I had issues with yeast in the past and not really knowing how to work it into the bread properly. So I think I did well because I made tons of different types of breads throughout the year, and it wasn't just one bread. Did you like my breads?
Very much.
And then it got me baking in general, and I'd never really been good at baking other than like cookies and whoopie pies. Now I've baked so many things and I'm having fun learning to bake more stuff. So I hope to continue doing that. So that will just be an extension. Now that I've gotten used to it, I want to just keep doing that. So it's not going to be a goal for this year. But goals for this year, I figure we could both talk about our individual goals. So start this coming year, 2024. Can you believe it?
Barely. This year was so fast, it's ridiculous. I think just because of the whole first half of the year leading up to this guy, and then the whole second half of the year having this guy, it just went by so fast. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We have one very amazing thing coming up this year for both of us. Can you think of what it is?
Yes, I can think of what it is.
What is it?
It's just funny because you didn't prep me to talk about this at all. But
No.
So this year will be our 20th anniversary.
Yes, we'll be married 20 years in the middle of this year. So that will be exciting. Yeah. Can you believe we'll be
And
married?
this guy will turn a year like right before that.
Yes.
But yeah, 20 years. It's pretty crazy.
So I'm still working on losing my postpartum weight. It's not like a major goal per se because I also want to get pregnant if possible this year. But I do miss being in shape, so I just want to try my best to get back to normal. But if I can, otherwise I'm going to just work hard doing what I like to do. I like to work out. So I hope I'll have more time to work out.
You will, because as he gets bigger, it'll be easier to put him down and let him do his own thing for a little bit.
Even though, a lot of people, they make goals like, oh, I'm going to get in shape this year. I usually am always in shape, no matter the year. It's just in between babies, I'm not. Yeah, it's okay. You're worth it. I don't have a lot left to lose. I just want to feel more like myself still. I'm getting close. But one way that I'll be able to do that is one of my goals is to be outside more.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to experience being outside more. Yay, outside! So that means we'll go to the lake a bit, maybe go to the beach one day, down the shore, and going outside for walks.
Yep.
And maybe go to the parks or to woods and just explore. We'll see how it works out. And doing that will be good because it will keep me active outside. I like to swim. I mean, I won't really be able to swim if he's on the beach with us or whatever. But we'll see what I can do. We could take turns watching you, holding you. Yeah. So that'll be fun to see you in the sand, playing with the sand, hopefully not eating the sand.
Sure, a little bit of sand will be eaten.
Yeah, yuckies. Don't eat sand. I want to make sure that we maintain our simplicity, our minimalistic lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
With having a baby, you have to get more stuff. It's just part of life. So we went all these years not having baby stuff, and now we have them again. But I think we've been doing really well not owning much. We didn't get a lot of stuff. And considering we fit things in here fine.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that we continue that. Even though we've maintained it pretty well, I don't want to add on. I want to not think about the things we want.
Mm-hmm.
I want to think about the things that we need and just like provide for our children and not much else.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, oh, but I really would love this whatchamacallit thing because it would add value to whatever. Yes, I think that some things could add value to our lives, but I don't think that should be our focus this year.
No, I agree.
Other than that, for my goals, I also want to deepen my relationship with you. Because I feel like having a baby, like, not that we've disconnected, but I just...
No, but he demands a lot of attention.
Yeah, so I feel like we need more attention with us because we give so much attention to him.
Yeah.
And I'm used to having your attention, you're used to having my attention, and now it's like, oh. And with the boys, the bigger boys being so much older, you know, we don't have to give them constant attention anymore. So we were able to give each other more attention as they were getting older.
Well,
but now...
even last year, we started going out to dinner once a week together and stuff like that, like just the two of us, because the boys were old enough that we felt we could leave them at home, and we weren't worried about them running outside and getting hit by a car or something, or burning the house down. You know, we were able to go out and just go on dates, which we haven't been able to for a long time.
Well, even so, we like to take the boys with us on those things too. Like,
we do.
You know, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I really want a date night with... We're supposed to have one every week. And for us, when our boys were just like 7, whatever, we would be like, oh, let's go to the cafe together. And it was really nice. And we would have dates as a full family, and that was fine. But we still need to make sure that our relationship grows.
Well, because beyond going on whole family dates, this guy needs attention like 24/7. The only time that, you know, we get to spend time together is if he naps, and he doesn't do that very well, so... Not
yet. And then to continue to have a building relationship with our older sons, they're, you know, we want to make sure that we connect to them, that they're not like, oh, you know, my parents never talked to me. So I'm always talking to them, asking them questions, and I want to, you know, I always say, like, you guys know we love you, and, you know, they're always like, yeah, and... like, why are you asking? Yes, we know. I'm like, okay, well, I just want to make sure. So those are basically my goals. They're pretty simple goals. They're not crazy over the top.
Yeah.
What do you have for goals this year?
So my goals are pretty simple this year too. Really what it's about is just catching back up on like personal health stuff that I've kind of let go for a long time. I haven't gotten my eyes checked or gotten new glasses for 12 years or something like that. You know, stuff like that. I need to focus a little bit more on eating better. I mean, you feed me very nicely, so that's good. It's more just I need to make sure I curb any of my snacking and avoid all the like milky coffee things, because this past year and a half, I've gotten really into like lattes and cappuccinos, and even without adding sugar, that's a lot of like dairy and stuff, and that's not great. The other goal that kind of goes hand in hand with that is I want to try getting back to jogging a little bit or running, because Leto, our oldest, he doesn't have very good stamina when it comes to his free fighting that he does in martial arts. His uncles and I were saying like we got to figure out a way to work on that, and so we were talking about how he should go running. Coincidentally, when we were at my parents' house a couple of weeks ago, my mom shared a letter which was written by my high school cross-country coach, just talking about how the team had done that year and everything like that. And my sons were really impressed to read that I had been like the most improved. I think I finished 3rd or 5th overall for the team for the year. No, I think the 3rd place was at one particular meet.
Oh, okay.
But I came in 3rd overall for the meet.
Okay.
But for the team, I was like 5th for the team.
Okay.
And that was a team of like 10 or 12. So it's pretty decent. That kind of like surprised Leto to hear that like I had been that good of a runner, but I hate running. So I don't know, it's just funny.
You know how to have the endurance when you run. You know how to breathe through it. Mm-hmm. And you could teach him that, and it will help both of you.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point, is that it goes hand in hand with me trying to take care of myself a little better, and, you know, helping him to do better with that stamina thing, and to have endurance when he's doing his fighting. Because his last belt test, it was pretty bad. He gets very winded and just like completely out of energy, and I'm like, wow, that's for having done this for a couple of years already, like
almost 5 years.
Yeah.
It was be 5 years January.
Yeah. So it's tough to imagine that he's been doing it for that long and his stamina is still that bad.
Any other goals?
Get you pregnant. Start saving for a down payment on a house, or however it's going to work out.
Yeah. We have to pay off some bigger bills, like his hospital bill, we still have to pay off. There's just a few things that we need to pay off, and I think we could do it this year. We've been completely debt-free in the past for a few years, so we know how to do that. But over the past few years, since COVID, things just weren't very good, and so we're getting back on track. We've already started paying things off, and so that's our goal, is to be able to pay the rest off and then save a lot for like big chunks for a house. So that way maybe we can move in a year or two, maybe 2 to 4 years was the goal.
I think 2 to 4 is ultimately the goal, because this year Mike is a freshman in the town where we live, and we said we wanted to try to let him stay in this school since he's only been going to public school for 2 years as it is. So to be in public school as a freshman in high school this year, I wouldn't really want to have to pull him out and go to a different school.
Yeah, so that's really why it's 2 to 4 years, because we want to, be able to save so that way we can move wherever. We don't have to stay in the same district.
Yes, exactly. And we've even discussed with him, if he wanted to come back out and go back to homeschooling, we could talk about that too. But he hasn't seemed overly excited about that idea. I really think he likes being in public school, and I'm fine with that. So it's just a matter of having to either save up enough to get a house in the area where we are, which is kind of expensive, or just save up and be patient, and when he's done with school, then hopefully have a whole bunch available to find a house somewhere else.
Yeah, so those are our goals. It's, what are your goals for the year? Maybe some people here that are watching are like, oh, I don't do goals, which, resolutions, a lot of people don't do them, but I'm one of those people where I'm like, we're gonna do it, and I push through. Right?
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, and what's your goal?
My goal is to be cute all the time.
I think he's already succeeded at that one.
Yep, okay. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, bye.